Morning everybody, welcome to November. I have a friend. Say hello Daisy. Say hello Daisy. It's warmer today than it has been, which I would think is why she's come out, because she hasn't been out for the last few days in the mornings, have you? You've been staying inside where it's nice and snuggly. Anyway, the boys are eating their dinner. There's Tommy. Oh, he's hiding his head now. I'm having a little bother with that light in the end of the table in case you can't tell. It keeps going on and off. Basil is all snuggly in his purple rug because I clipped him a couple of weeks ago now. Just a low to medium trace clip. So he keeps his neck nice and warm because he doesn't really work hard enough to need more hair taken off than that, do you, Basil? Have you finished, Tommy? Have you finished already? Tommy is very fluffy because it's been really cold, hasn't it, this week? So he's been all fluffed up with your hair, haven't you? Yeah. You had a bit of a brush last night and it looks like you've just covered yourself in shavings. Mucky pup. Hey, you ready to go out then? Good boy. So it's Saturday morning, so it's big muck out day. I think it's going to be a bit windy today. It's already a bit windy. I'm not sure how much windier it's going to get, but hopefully it's not going to rain. So I'm going to put Tommy out, as is my new routine, because Basil obviously is getting more food now that it's winter. So Tommy finishes eating his breakfast very early. And so I put him out and then Basil stays in. And I think it's quite good for them to be separated a little bit as well, so they don't get too dependent on each other. So we do that every morning. Basil stays in and finishes his breakfast, and I skip out Tommy's stable after he's gone out. Gets me a bit ahead of the game as well with doing the jobs while I'm still waiting for Basil to eat in the week, so that's quite useful, to be honest, as well. So I'm going to do that, put Tommy out, and I can skip Tommy out and maybe even start getting the wet out. But I do try not to create too much dust when Basil's still in, obviously. Although I don't think it's not really the dust that sets off his respiratory condition, it's some sort of pollen. I still don't want too much dust. I don't want to create any more stress to his respiratory system than is necessary. I have a new hat, in case you can't tell, with a new bobble, but I still can't find a coat to replace this one, so I'm still wearing this one, which is fine as long as it doesn't rain too much, because then it just goes straight through. Anyway, I better get on and I'll see you in a little bit. Look at this sky this morning. It's always just so lovely early in the morning, and there's the moon. A nice crescent. I don't know if the camera will do it justice. No, not really. It's made it fat. It's not fat. There we go. So the stables are all done. Basil actually didn't have any new shavings today. I dug out all the walls and he got plenty of bed, so it's nice and thick and snuggly for him. I've scrubbed out all the food bowls and the water bowls with hot water and washing up liquid, so they're all smart today. Like the boys, I can see now. Now the sun has come up. I'm having a nice munch. I moved up the fence yesterday afternoon to give them some more grass, but actually the grass has recovered quite well over here now, so I don't think I'm worried about the winter. With just the two of them, I think I should have plenty of grass, which is good news, really. I think I'm hoping in the spring to do a bit more seeding here, and try and make this a bit better. We'll see how muddy it gets over the winter, I think, really. What are they doing? Luckily I managed to take Basil out for a nice hack yesterday afternoon. It was really sunny and lovely yesterday afternoon, because actually it's getting really windy and I may not end up being able to do anything with Basil today. We'll see how we get on. They're very good friends really. They're probably going to fight now. Basil is on the hill and Tommy's in the dip. That's why they look so different. Although Basil is quite a bit bigger, that's just looks much worse. Okay, let's leave them in peace. Oh, what's going on? I think Basil is nibbling Tommy's neck. I did see them groom each other a couple of times in the summer. Get off me, Basil. I think Basil's trying to suggest to Tommy that he'd like to have a groom now, but unfortunately Tommy can't reach much of Basil because he's got his rug on. I think Tommy's having a nice time. Basil's going all the way down his back now. Actually, what he might be doing is he might be wind-sucking on him. He did try to do that to Fidget a couple of times. Oh, they're coming to see us. So I'm going to empty out this box now and empty the last wheelbarrow, and then I want to have a bit of a tidy up in the tack room. The feed room is looking incredibly tidy still because it doesn't have the rugs in. It keeps very tidy. I bought some more food yesterday, so it's looking very smart in there. Anyway, I'm going to empty that wheelbarrow and then have a sort out in the tack room, I think, because it's not really bad, to be honest. It's just a bit, you know, just a bit, it needs a bit of a tidy and a bit of a sweep out. And tonight I'm going to away take the horses, see how they're doing. So I will see you in a little while. So I've had a little bit of a tidy up. It wasn't bad really. I do need to do some grooming kit washing at some point, but I may do that. Well, I'm not sure, to be honest. I've got a bag here of old of drugs and medication and stuff that I need to get to the vets because they can get dispose of it, which obviously I can't really, and I just haven't made the time to do it. But yesterday I did buy Basil a new rug because basically he's got a really thick winter rug, which is a red one, which I think I've talked about before, which I bought because it had got an extra thick outer layer and it wasn't supposed to be easily ripped. Sadly it got ripped, so it's been fixed, mended a few times, and it's still waterproof and everything. But it's so heavy. It's heavy all wet normally, and then when it gets wet as well, I can hardly lift it. So that one really frustrates me. And then the one he's wearing today, which you've actually got, I was going to show you, but you can't see his right at the bottom, is one I bought, which in theory is really nice. It's a stretchy material. That one's a 350 gram, and it's a stretchy material. so it hasn't really got many rips in it, but it's the neck on it sort of scrunches all down, so it only actually goes up half. Once he's been wearing it for a while, it only covers about half of his neck, and it's quite a bit too tight round his shoulders, so I don't really like it. And he wore it I think it was last Saturday or the Saturday before, that it rained all day and he wore it, and it was all wet inside when I got him in, so it's obviously not very waterproof anymore either. So I've been looking for one for a while, and I haven't tried this on him yet, so I have to try it on later on top of a sheet or something. But I saw this when I went for some shavings yesterday, and it looks very much like the one he used to have, which I actually still put him in sometimes when it's not raining, because it's been mended so many times. But it's a weather beater, and it's 350 grams, so it will replace the one he's wearing at the moment as the go-to rug, and then this one can just be a spare that he's wearing now. So I've got to try that on later, but that hopefully is going to be good. So it's nice and thick for the coldest days. I will change Basil into a slightly thinner one when I get him in a bit, because I think I'm going to lunge him, which is sometimes a bit safer when it's windy than trying to sit on him when he's just leaping all over the place like a hoodlum. Anyway, and I will try that on later this afternoon, I think. So that's done in there. This week we have had the hedge trimmed, and the boys were very, very good. He trimmed the top off half of the hedge, so all along there he trimmed the top as well, so it's going to hopefully nicely thicken up along the bottom there. And then he just trimmed the inside of the rest of the arena. I'm not sure what they're looking at. Well, Basil, I think, probably thinks it's nearly time to do ridden or something. So what I'm going to do is I just want to check in the arena to see if there are any sticks and branches in the way from when the hedge was done, so that it's clear when I take him out. And it actually needs a rake, which I might do in the morning. Actually, I might do some now. So I think I'm going to get the rake and do a little bit of raking up that side, and then I can do the rest probably tomorrow morning. There we go. I've actually raked all the way around the arena, so got a bit carried away, but it's good to have it done. And actually there was only one stick I had to pick up from where the guy had done the hedge, so that's good. And these two are having a munch, so I'm going to have a cup of coffee, and then I'm going to get Basil in and just lunch him. As I say, we went for a nice hack yesterday, and it's not supposed to be as windy tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to ride him in the arena tomorrow, so it won't do him any harm to have a bit of a lunge. I like to do it fairly regularly, or he gets silly because he forgets how to do it. So we're going to have a bit of a session doing that today, and it also gives him a chance to have a bit of a roll in the arena and stuff, which is nice when he's wearing a rug the rest of the time. So I will maybe get a shot of him when I catch him. We'll see how silly he's feeling on the yard. So we were surprisingly good considering how windy it is, and I wasn't sure he was going to be good beforehand, but he was, and he's had a lovely roll in the sand. So now I'm just going to brush the sand off and pop his rug on again so he doesn't get chilly. This is the rug I've bought that new one to replace, because it has always fitted really nicely, hasn't it, Basil? But as you can see, it's really had a bit of a hard time of it, so it really needed one to replace it. And I hoped that black one that he was wearing earlier would do the job, but it has been disappointing. So fingers crossed. I mean, we bought that black one a while ago, didn't we, Basil? But fingers crossed this one will be better, the new one. So it's not supposed to rain today, so he'll be fine in this one. So you're going to go out in this one. Much nicer. It's got nice big spaces for his legs to move, hasn't it? The leaves just all blew from under the tree and frightened Tommy, but I hadn't got my camera on, which is a shame. He's funny. Basil's going for a drink. So I'm going to go for some lunch now, and then I shall be back later to get them in, obviously, like normal. Tommy might come for a polo now. Basil's gone, actually. Basil might come back, so that might not work, Tom, look. I did have some, Tommy. They seem to have disappeared now. Somewhere in my pocket. Not sure what's happened to them. There they are. Do you want before Russell comes? You're going to have to be brave because he's going to be here. No. Being silly, isn't he? You have it instead then. Oh boy. As I said, I'm going to go home and have some lunch, and I'll be back later and they can have a nice mooch and a munch and a sleep. Back again. It's not far off, getting dark. Right. I think they're ready. Are you ready, Tom Tom? Basil, you coming? Come on. Good boy. Basil's just here, aren't you? Ready for some tea, aren't you? Good boy. Is your mate gonna come? Yeah. Now don't be a twit because I've got a white sheet on there. Good boy. White sheet for trying on your new rug. Good boy. Come on then, monkey. Come on, monkey. What are you looking at? Come on. Come on. Good boy. Oh, what was that? Come on. Good boy. That light's flashing again, isn't it? It's very annoying. Good boy. There we go. You've got some new shavings in your stable, haven't you? Aren't you lucky? Are you lucky? You are. It's a bit like being in a club, isn't it, with the flashy lights? Okay, gonna do your water and get Basil's hay nets in to his stable and put his ones for tomorrow in the steamer. That's Tommy's feet done, and he's tucking in to his hay, which is good because we've been having a bit of trouble with the hay, haven't we? Some of it we don't like and we won't eat. You've been very tricky, haven't you? You've been driving me mad. Yes, because it looks slightly different, but I can't. But it smells fine, and then I put it in, and you won't eat it, will you? So we'll have to put some different in. Yes, very, very tricky. I wish they could explain to me why one bale is better than the other bale, but sadly they can't. So we continue with the guessing game, don't we, Thomas? But that one is a winner. Sadly, we've finished that bale now. Never mind. So we've done his feet, and he's so hairy. so hairy. You so hairy. Just get off me. Get off me. Keeping you nice and snugly, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to go and try Basil's rug on now, Thomas. Very disappointingly, the rug's not long enough. It's 6'3", which is what all of his other rugs have been since I've had him. And it looks a bit like this one. This one came with him and isn't long enough. This is a 6 foot. But it's going to be warmer tonight. So I think his purple rug will be too thick. He hasn't worn this for a while, and this is one I didn't get washed, and I should have done, so it looks a bit grotty. But this is, it's not, the turnout rug didn't have quite this much bottom showing, but it had about that much bottom showing, and I can't think that's going to be much good in the wet and the wind. So I shall go back and I think see if I can get a 6'6". Because if it does like that one and it goes forward when he puts his head down, then there's going to be more bottom showing, which, you know, it's not the end of the world in here, not ideal, but he'll be alright in this one. But it's no good outside at all, so that's really frustrating. So I'm glad I tried it on one over a sheet, but now I've got to take it in the house to fold it all up and get it back in the bag, haven't I, Basil? You want to wee, don't you, now standing in your spot? So frustrating. There we go then, all tucked up. Just had their nighttime carrots. Tickle, or are you just hiding? Hey, funny boy. You're a funny boy, aren't you? Need to wash the top of your door again, Basil. It's looking very, very scruffy. So, I think I'm going to leave the video there for this time. I will see you again soon. Keep you updated on the boys and what's going on. So thanks very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.